Hi everyone, it's Sandy B. Stitcher here. Come back to visit with you again. Today is Saturday and it is March 11th, and tonight we bring those clocks ahead for daylight savings time. I like that it stays light longer in the evening, but sometimes those mornings are kind of dark. Oh well, it is what it is. Um, I would like, first of all, to say thank you for all your comments and for the new subscribers. I did read all the comments. I did note all the new subscribers, but I haven't got in there and had the time to sit down when I could really think about it and heart them and answer anything. But I promise I will get to that, hopefully sometime this week. It has been rather crazy. I told you before that Bob was in long-term care now, and I've been going to the nursing home every other day, unless something comes up, and then I might alternate and go a different day, end up going 2 days in a row or something like that. Um, I've been going through a lot of paperwork and stuff. I'm still getting bills from the hospital and so forth that the VA is going to pay, but sometimes trying to get all of that coordinated isn't really easy. They don't always bill the way they're supposed to. Um, Other than that, Miranda's doing okay. And I'm doing okay. I did have a whole week of a horrible, horrible gastro thing that, oh my goodness, it was not good. It wasn't the flu or COVID or anything like that. It was just like a gastroenteritis, something. I don't know. Not anything fun, that's for sure. I didn't eat for like 3 days. But I'm all better now, and I've got a little bit of energy back. It's late in the afternoon. I went to the nursing home earlier today, took Bob in a Domino's pizza. He's been asking me to bring him pizza, so I took him some Domino's pizza. And then I spent the early part of the afternoon there and came home a little bit ago. Miranda's at work right now, and she'll be home about 6:30. So I do have some stitching to show you, and I do have some information. I have a kitty here that's jumping around here. Come on, come up and say hi. See, she doesn't like to look in the camera. Look, say hi. Oh, you heard something, didn't you? Okay, you want to get down and go see what that was? Huh? You want to get down? All right, go ahead. All right, that was Patches. She was the most um, feral of the cats that I took in. It took me a long time to work with her, and now she's just my little baby girl. Um, I think before I start showing you some of these, I'll explain to you what I have decided to do, and that way I can tell you which ones are which as we go through them. Um, at my age, I have decided that I don't want to stitch on anything unless I really love it. And there's a lot of the projects that I have that I loved the chart when I bought it, and I still love the chart, but I don't love the stitching. And there's multiple reasons that that can happen. Sometimes it's because the chart has a ton of fractional stitches. Fractional stitches with my eyesight, even though I've had the cataract surgery and I had that other laser surgery, I still have a little bit of an issue with my eyes. And I have just decided, rather than fighting the projects that have the fractional stitches, I'm going to set them to one side. I already did that with Starrett House and told you about that before. I'm going to do it with a few more. Another reason that I might set something to the side is I don't like the fabric that I'm stitching it on. And on some of those, I may restart those on different fabric. And I'll tell you about those if I come across some. The other reason might be that it's just way too backstitch heavy. And backstitching is not fun for me. And so I have decided that some of them, especially if I've only just begun them, I'm just going to stop now. And I may be destashing some of those charts, and I'm just going to see as I go along. I still have a ton of stuff to go through upstairs. I have a ton of charts up there that I have started to kit up. I have a bunch that I haven't even started to kit up yet that I really do think I want to do. So consequently, I'm not getting younger. And if I'm going to be able to work on these, I need to pare down what I am trying to do and just work on the ones that are pleasurable to stitch on, that don't cause me angst, that don't make me strain my eyes in order to see them, or hurt my hands when I'm trying to put that needle through some of that fabric. So a lot of these things, again, I have them in Q-snaps, and so I'm going to pull them out and show you whether I've done anything on them, whether I'm going to continue them, and so on and so forth. So the first one that I have here is one that I am not going to continue on this fabric. Let me pull out the picture here. And this is Family Quaker. And this is by Verbena Designs. Now, I love the chart, but this was an experiment that I wanted to try linen. And one of my fellow stitchers sent me a piece of 25 count Norden. It's on my paperwork somewhere. I think it's Norden Natural Linen or something like that. And I started trying to stitch this. It's 1/1. And when I pulled this back out and I went to try to stitch it, I thought, this 25 count is too small. I can barely see those holes, even with my magnifier and my LED light. And I thought, why am I putting myself through this? I don't know if it's the linen or what, but I'm having a terrible time with it. So this is one I am going to stop working on. I am going to put this in my restart pile, and I'm going to restart this on a piece of Aida, probably a 14 count. I have a lot of 14 count. I do believe I have some 16 count, but I'm going to restart it. I thought this was beautiful with all those teeny tiny little stitches. It's so dainty looking, but I am not dainty in any way, shape, or form, so why should my stitching be dainty? I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So there's that one. Now, another one that I have most recently been working on And I still have threads sitting here on this, and it's in the Q-snap. And I haven't made up my mind whether I'm going to work more on this right now or whether I'm going to put this away and save it for the next go round. I have been choosing my whips by using the decision roulette, and this one's a little hard coming off. The decision roulette, and most of the time I pull out what it tells me. Sometimes I look at it and I go, I don't want to work on that one. I'll spin it again. This is Glory of Autumn Dimensions Kit. Don't have the picture out here, but here is how far I have gotten on this one. Whoops. And what I have most recently worked on was I did everything from this green line. This green line was the end of the first page, and so I pulled up the second page and I did the sky out here and the tree, and I got down that far. And I still have more to do on the first page, but I went ahead and was trying to go more across the top. So, Glory of Autumn, and this is one I really love, and I enjoy stitching on it, so I definitely will continue. Okay, let me pick up that Q-snap that fell, and I'm going to grab a couple of more things over here. Okay, let me get a drink of my coffee here. It is decaf. Okay. Paula Vaughn. I love her patterns. They are just so beautiful, but they are just full of backstitch. And I did one of the first ones, one of the first ones that I did when I started stitching all the time after I retired was this one. And it was on the wall here right next to me. This was in a magazine chart, and you can see all the backstitch. And that is how all of her charts are. They're beautiful, but it's that backstitching that makes them that way. And as I said, I am not too enthused about doing backstitch. So this one I pulled out. Let me find out exactly where there it is. Yeah, let me take all the things off of this. And I didn't have much done on this. It had only been a start a while back, so I don't even have to take all the way out. And I pulled this out and I started doing the stitching on this. This fabric is very stiff. It's 16 count, I believe. And I was having problems. And then I started thinking about all that back stitching. And I decided that no, even though I love that chart and I know it would be beautiful when it was done, I am between the blends and trying to keep track, half stitches, full stitches, and the 16 count is kind of small. I just decided that no, I'm going to put this one aside. Okay, so what have I got next here? Let's see what I've got over here. I can get a hold of everything. Okay, another one that I had been working on, and This is Fruit Bowl, and this was a free chart that I picked up down at Keepsakes in Cincinnati a few years ago. And I didn't have a picture of what the finished thing was because all they had down there was a copy of the chart. And I thought it was going to be really, really beautiful. But here again, it's all fractionals and 3/4 stitches. Everything through this gourd here is all fractionals. And same thing in other places. It's fractionals upon fractionals upon fractionals. And the fabric's a little bit stiff. And I thought, nope, not going to put myself through it. I'd rather stitch a Haid any day. And for anybody who doesn't know, Haids are Heaven and Earth designs. They're full coverage. And I always get the minis. All right, so that one is going in that pile that I'm making upstairs. Another one that I worked on, and I may not have done any more on this after I showed it, after I showed it to you the last time. I am not sure, but it was Paris Market, and this is the Dimensions Gold Collection. And I will be continuing on with this one. And here's where it's at. And like I said, I don't know if I did any more after I showed it to you the last time. I put things in piles, and then I'm not always sure. Okay. And then I worked on another one. This is Village Canal. And I don't think that I had showed you, because it's in the Q-snap, so I don't think I showed you this one. This is Dimensions. And take this out of here. Sorry. One moment, please. I will be with you. Another one that doesn't want to come off. Okay, I got a lot of threads here. And here is Village Canal. So my plan, that's the last thing that I have that I don't think that I had shown you previously, that I have down here. So my plan is to go through this stuff, put the items that I have chosen to put on the back burner. You know, who knows? Maybe I'll live to be 100 and I'll have time to finish those things. Don't count on it. But my mother did live till 97. But I took after my father. Most of me is not like my mother. I inherited her calm demeanor, and although I do have a lot of anxiety on the inside. And she was a farm girl born in Nebraska and raised in Nebraska and Wyoming. And she didn't come to Ohio until she married my father. He was in the service out there in Cheyenne, and she married him and came back here. And she has been a hard worker, she was a hard worker her whole entire life. Physically, I don't think I've ever worked as hard as she did. and she was this little short person, and my mother was, I think, 5'3" until she shrunk, and my father was 6'3". So I took after my father because I was 5'9" for a long time until osteoporosis and um, compression fractures in my back and scoliosis started my shrinking. And I'm down now to about 5'7", probably still shrinking. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Um, those projects I probably won't get back to. But I think when I started counting them last year, I think I had 25. And so I'm going to get each project out, work on it, make a decision. Is this going back in my active whips, or is this going in the put away for a while? I'm not going to call them UFOs, and I'm just going to leave them in a maybe I'll get back to them pile. I am still continuing to try to put some back stitching into those projects that I had finished. I did get Say Sushi out last weekend, and I put a full black thread into it for back stitching. I have to continue to do that. And as I said, I have many more projects upstairs ready to go. I even have a couple down here that are all kitted and ready to go. I just have to start them. So you can look forward to seeing the Hades come out soon. I have Hades that are whips, and I have Hades that haven't been started yet. So you can look forward to seeing some of those. And if you've been around for a while, then you know that I have a whole lot of other projects. And I really am drawn to those full coverage. That's my favorite. And it wasn't when I started. When I came back to cross stitch after being away from it, other than a small project here and there over the years when I was working, when I came back to it, I retired in 2015, and that's when I came back to stitching full on, full time. And I started out, I was doing a lot of flowers. I don't know if I have any laying around here that I haven't put up yet, but that was what I started doing, and I only had a few whips. And I kept telling on my videos, which I started doing the videos, I think, in 2017. I kept saying, that I was kind of leery about the big full coverage ones, and especially Hades. Well, boy, did that change. So it just goes to show that no matter how old you are, your interests can change significantly within a short span of years. And now, I still think the flowers are beautiful and I love the landscapes and so forth, but full coverage grabbed me by the throat and it pulled me in, and it's not letting go anytime soon. So I hope you enjoy seeing those, and I hope you all are enjoying your stitching and having wonderful times every single day. And I guess that's about all. If I sit here any longer, I'll start rambling, and you'd probably find out more about me than you ever wanted to know. So we'll just cut it short here today. And I'm going to wish you all happy stitching. And I will get to those comments, I promise. And if you leave me more, I'll get to those. And again, thank you to the new subscribers and all of you for coming back and sending out my love, sending out my hugs. Enjoy the upcoming better weather, I hope. So y'all take care. Bye bye.